I'm so sick of these people. You know, I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
I got that thing on me. I got that stick. I got that tool. I'm packing.
You must be some kind of a dumbass. And I will never retire.
You know, this aggression will not stand, man.
Get that cabbage out of here!
It's still real to me, damn it!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another edition of Friday Night Review. Of course, I'm your guy, Cam G. The man to my upper left is soon to be the next Jim Ross of the world of professional wrestling, Jamie Rose. And of course, the man to my right is Scalz. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight on our Friday evening?
I'm doing fantastic. I am pumped. A lot of things happened. There were some rumors about some things going on that came true. And for me, as a wrestling fan, very excited to see what happens in the future. I'm pumped.
Tonight, they said it was a season premiere, and boy, did that kick off the new season.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fucking amazing. What's going on, Trey? How are we doing tonight?
Brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Is that Wawa?
It's chocolate milk.
I know, but it's a Wawa brand.
I don't have a Wawa near me, dude.
Oh, okay.
It's Highland.
Oh, it looked like a Wawa.
It's a good
Hey,
milk.
what's up, Al?
What's going on, Al? How are we doing tonight?
Hello, friends. This is Jim Nance, and you're
So-
watching The Masters.
Yeah, what else is new, Will? We always know that you are.
Just turn on some Pink Floyd, mute us, but keep us up so we get those views in, you know?
So, tonight, this open, man, insane. You had Cena start, and then Roman's music hit. And how good did it feel to have him back on our TV screens?
Absolutely.
Felt good. And it also was kind of, they pulled like the AEW interruption. It was like, before they couldn't even get a word in. Boom, play the music. Okay. We're off to a roll. Let's go.
But you're going through. Sorry.
Go ahead, bud.
No, good.
I was just going to say this opening segment, it was hot. It was steamy. It was booming. It was just everything about it was bueno. Like, I loved it. It set up your main event. It also made it seem like it was, your stars were there, and they were going to show you that they know their stars are there. So,
Yeah, like I said, I had said it in our private chat that, like I said, it's great to have Roman back finally. It's refreshing to have him back finally. And like I said, once again, for everything that's going on with the bloodline since he's been gone, he's just the glue. So now everything for me is going to start making a little more sense now that he's back.
right. And before we get back to Scalz, I just want to say something. Like, it's very poetic this night. So the season premiere in October, you had Cena, you had Reigns sitting there. 2 years ago, I was in the BOK Center in Tulsa in August of 2021 when they were hyping up the SummerSlam match of Cena and Roman for the Universal title. So it's very poetic to see that they're back there, and that's how they start out the show.
But are they?
We're in the for the people that were at the show. My boy Andrew, shout out, but
we don't give free shout outs.
Hey, I'm gonna give a free shout out.
We don't do free shout outs here.
It's on the house today, pal.
But was it there to set up Cena versus Roman?
Probably
No.
not, but it was
No, it
very
was not.
It was
It was
very
there.
poetic to see it.
It was there to set up the man that came out after that.
Absolutely.
And that is one
L.A.
Night.
Night.
Yeah.
And that's I'm just saying, it's a very poetic image.
What's going on, Sammy? How are we doing tonight?
It's 1/3 my show. I'll do whatever the hell I want to.
And while we're on that topic, can we talk about the segment we had with Roman Reigns and LA Knight? Now, I don't know about you gentlemen, but I think we could get probably one of the best Roman matches he's had probably since Drew. If this match happens, when this match happens, I think it's going to be a banger. Now, again, I might be amongst the minority when I say this, but LA Knight's great. Everything he's done so far has been great. Mic skills great, in-ring work is great. My one gripe, I think, is the fact that the one thing I think he's missing right now is that he hasn't really been challenged yet. I mean, his biggest challenge has been what? The Miz, and that really wasn't much of a challenge. You know, each one of his matches is kind of the same. You know, he'll get his moveset in, you know, do, you know, the LA Knight thing, hit his elbow drop, and then hit his finish move, and 1, 2, 3 is kind of over. But he hasn't really been pushed to the limit in that hero's perspective, in that people's champion's perspective, you know. So I feel like him going against, you know, once again, the final boss in Roman Reigns, I think will push him to the limit and make him an even bigger star than what he already is. So this will be his toughest challenge to date.
I think what we're going to get leading up to their match is just going to be amazing, because you saw it tonight with Solo. You know he's going to have to fight Jimmy, and then it's going to eventually lead to Roman. And no, it won't. Allison just likes to be Miss Debbie Downer some nights, and Roman is not going to squash him. No. They would not do that at a pay-per-view. If he was going to squash them, it would happen on a Friday night. And I'm 99% sure this is the match that's happening at Crown Jewel.
They would only do it to Natalya because, you know, no one cares about Natalya, but that's besides the point.
What's going on, Shadow?
Shadow, come on.
Shadow's on his hate wrestling kick lately. It's okay.
I mean, we've all been there, but come on, this was good. You got to call a spade and something good when it's good. This is what it was good.
Well, of course, Roman will win. I mean, it's predictable. We know that. It's leading up to the other story that we all saw tonight.
But it's going to be a good match, ain't it? It's going to be a great match.
That's not true. Don't even wish that into existence, Alice. Don't even wish that. Do not wish that into existence.
He's going to beat Hogan. He's going to beat Hogan the second time, and then it'll be
nobody's beating Bruno. How long did Bruno hold that title for? It was like 7 years or something like that.
Over 2,600 days. I think it was almost 8 full years. Like, it was
we
ridiculous.
Don't talk about Bruno.
I'm done with this company if that happens.
Good one, Jamie. That was a good one. It's not happening. Roman won't be here for that long.
No, he'll be in Hollywood.
He'll be in Hollywood. Oh, hold on. There you go. I love you, Shadow. Whose game is it? NHL. Yeah.
Hey, the hockey, dude. Opening night for the
all right,
is awesome.
That's tomorrow night's show.
Hey, that's a free shout out. That's a free shout out I'm willing to give.
That's later on after we get through SmackDown.
Ringside chatter.
This image that you pulled up.
Yes, sir.
This is probably one of the best images that WWE has done in a while. With the way that his reflection was off of his glass, it was perfect. This one and the one image from later on in the night. Between Cody, Roman, and the new GM.
You know, as much as people don't like the Bucktooth Beaver, you got to give him his due. That's a great shot, great production view. Give it to him, Kevin Dunn.
After the opening segment, which was great because LA Knight held his own with Roman up until Jimmy ruined it. And that leads to stories throughout the night, which was great. I love when they do this on SmackDown. It just makes the night flow. We had the Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly was the first match.
Yes, boy.
You do that way too well, Jamie.
Hey,
What'd you guys think of this match?
I mean, I've never really been crazy about Pretty Deadly. I just don't really care for them.
I give it a yes, boy out of 10.
Okay, Jamie, you're done.
Hey.
But I mean, I guess that I guess it's kind of the point for them, though, right? They're supposed to play that the annoying, slimy heels. So I'm not really supposed to like them. That's kind of the point. But
But they're so
I'm not really
likable.
crazy about Pretty Deadly. I can honestly see them being the next tag team champions.
I think so too. And I think that was going to happen before the injury. So
yeah, I think so too.
But bro, come on.
Best part of SmackDown.
Come on, bro. We don't need that type of negativity here. Come on.
After that
on.
match, we had the backstage segment with Carlito. Was that what was next?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
You got to be cool.
And Lashley showed up. And I thought it was a pretty good interaction between the two of them.
Oh yeah, a lot of history between those guys.
What'd you think of what happened next?
It was
You
good.
got
It
destroyed
showed
by the Street Profits.
it showed that the prophets can at times have that killer instinct in them. They got that dog in them, you know.
Then we had Jason Jordan and Adam Pearce save Carlito from getting his head caved in from a steel chair shot. So
Right.
yeah,
I will say I did pop for Jason Jordan on the screen. It was good.
But-
to see
yeah,
him
I
back.
haven't seen Jason Jordan in a long time. So
But I will say it's like it took them an awfully while for the LWO to come to the save. Maybe there's something brewing there. You know, they've been teasing it for a while. So
He's not technically LWO yet. So
friend of LWO. I mean, he wore the damn shirt at Backlash. You know,
I think he's gonna be like an honorary member. I don't think he's necessarily gonna be
be honorary
in the LWO. That's just kind of the way they're.
I mean,
it
he
seems
doesn't
like-
need to be. He's Carlito. He's cool. Hey, I called it too. So.
next we had the first segment with Roman and back, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This was with Jimmy, and the interaction between them is just great. Like they're all the football references, I love it. Like it ties right into our show.
Yeah.
Where we blend SmackDown and football together.
Too bad the Giants can't blend in a W.
Taking unnecessary
Christ.
shots at my team that I know sucks. At least I don't root for an old time football player that will never see the light of day again on a field.
Hey, we're looking at week 13.
Hey,
That's fine, and then he'll
hey.
be done and get hurt again and really end his career.
hey, this psychopath is trying to come back by the playoffs time, and that's only if the Jets make the playoffs.
Your QB actually knows somewhat how to play football now. It only took him 3.5 years to learn how to do it.
Jeez.
Ah.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Yeah, unnecessary shots at my team, and you're a Jets fan. Where the fuck are you
Four-time
talking
NFL
about?
MVP.
What are you talking about? Your team hasn't
Four-time
seen the
NFL
playoffs since Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Fumble.
I mean, it's not necessarily my team. I just root for the guy that.
Well, then you have no room to talk. So do not keep the Giants out of your mouth. We've won 2 Super Bowls in the last
Okay, Will
16
Smith.
years.
That's funnier than the Titans
Keep
made
the
it
Giants' name out your fucking mouth.
I didn't say it like that. I'm not defending somebody that I'm no longer in a relationship with since 2017.
Oh, shit.
Like,
About time you step away from that relationship because it's embarrassing, bro.
Jeez.
Anyways, that's another part of the show. Love it.
yeah, you want to talk about embarrassment? Wait till you see your scores from this week.
Oh,
That's
I
all
know.
I gotta
They
say.
they
Oh,
suck.
God.
Don't even get me started.
That's all I gotta say.
Hey, at least my fantasy team's doing really, really well. I'm still 5-0. I mean, I'm still undefeated. I just can't get our picks right.
don't even know how that ties into football, but whatever.
Oh, that's ties in very well to football. Roman Reigns backstage segment. Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline.
What'd you think?
I mean, they're not really addressing the Jimmy Uso kind of taking it on himself to be the tribal chief, but he was like, you know what? I'm making these decisions while you're gone. I'm being used. Like, I mean, but you ain't him. You ain't him.
That's pretty much what Roman said. He goes, "You trying to be the quarterback? You ain't the quarterback."
You ain't the quarterback.
And then what about Jimmy saying yeet?
I don't know.
And Roman said, "Don't say that."
Yeah. Because his brother going on there saying yeet with old Cody. Say it
Just
one more
show-
time.
just shows
Roman
that,
probably yeet his neck out of the place.
Roman did not like the usage of that word at all in the Bloodline. After this, we had Zelina Vega versus Bayley.
Skip.
This is Bayley's first win since July 14th.
Oh, yeah.
And the last time that she won, she beat Zelina as well. So it seems that the only person that Bayley knows how to defeat in the ring is Zelina. What's your thoughts on
Really,
this,
her
guys?
first time winning, and since then,
In 3 months. Yep.
It stinks because, you know, both these women are super talented and, you know, they should be in a better spot. But, you know, Bayley's doing some of the best work of her career and she doesn't really need to be in the ring that much. But with Bayley, you know, when she is in the ring, they kind of put her against some lower level opponents and getting wins that don't really matter as much on TV. So I think it's, in my personal opinion, it's kind of more diminishing when she's wrestling than when she's not, because she's not really in the high level programs when she's doing in-ring work than when she is, you know, being the mouthpiece, even though it's not liked for Io Sky. So
hey, facts, Allison. That's facts.
So I want to address that because what they are doing right now is setting up the destruction of Damage Control.
oh yeah,
And they're doing Bayley dirty in a sense to make her look like she is the weak link in Damage Control. And that's going to end up having Bayley take on Io for the title down the line. And I would not be surprised if Bayley was the one to take it off of her.
yeah.
And I think
Would they turn Bayley baby or?
maybe been doing it since she came back. Since she came back from what? Her and Sasha were the two most dominant women during the entire pandemic.
That's a fact.
That's facts.
So
Yeah,
is she
can't dispute that.
if they've been doing it since she came back at SummerSlam when she made Damage Control? Yeah, but you have to understand in WWE, wins and losses don't matter. It's about everything they do besides that. Look at
In AEW, they're all friends.
Look at Seth Rollins. Didn't Seth Rollins lose so many matches in a row before getting the title?
Don't even get me started on Seth Rollins.
Why?
Bro needs to learn how to sell.
That's a totally different conversation.
I know. The program was great. It was amazing. Everything about it, I love. Dude just needs to learn how to sell. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Go proceed.
Will just said Roman is the Nickelback of WWE champion.
Yeah, I left it. I went right over that
What?
because
What are you
Shadow
talking about,
brought Nickelback up in the previous message. I just ignored those two.
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Wow, bro. The amount of disrespect that man gets is wild to me. It's wild. But hey, it is what it is. You know, some like him, some hate him.
But yeah, I mean, they're eventually going to lead to Damage Control breaking up. Jamie's typing a book over there.
My bad.
Writing a 4-page essay.
All right, All right, we're getting off track on this. All right, reeling it back in.
Proceed.
Back to SmackDown. After this, the next segment we had was when Triple H came out. And man, this guy still gets the pops in the arena. And he even said, he goes, God, I miss this so much.
Bow down to the king.
And his announcement, I really thought it was going to be that they were splitting the tag titles. That's what I thought they were doing. Because they had Cody and Jay there with an open challenge. I figured they would turn that into an open challenge for one of the two tag teams. But
I really just want one set of tag titles. I'm sorry, but
just combine them together.
I prefer one set as well because they don't build up the tag division.
They don't.
The way they will.
I mean, like I said,
I'm going to time you out because
don't even get started on Tyrus.
No one. Tyrus is not even comparable to
Funky's
Tyrus is not even comparable to Akira Tozawa.
I'm sorry. Oh,
just stop.
That man is irrelevant.
The Overman took.
Yeah. Yes, I know, Al. They are silver. They're not golds, but come on.
This announcement.
I can't. You talk.
Anyway, so
I was just saying. I was just saying that I prefer one set of tag titles, just because of the fact that, I mean, if they're gonna do it to the women's division and combine the NXT Women's Tag Team titles and the Women's Tag Team titles on the main roster, they need to just do it with, and they did it with the they got rid of the whole SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships, and now they're just Women's World Title, WWE Women's Championship.
But there's still two.
So, right, but my thing is,
and one doesn't get defended, but that's besides the point.
You still have tag titles.
What do you mean one doesn't get defended? What are you talking about? What doesn't get defended, Jamie?
I mean, it gets defended, but
what doesn't get defended?
At what quality of opponent?
Okay, Will.
Okay, Al, that's kind of a stretch.
That's not true. She's defended the title a lot.
That's not true.
She's had the title 7 months. She's had the title 7 months. She won it at
Triple H had
WrestleMania.
an announcement.
And she's defended it at least 7 times.
Announcement.
Oh, there goes my microphone.
And she's Jamie, go.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay, so Triple H and Adam Pearce are both in the ring. And then Triple H announces that, hey, Pearce has had a lot on his plate. Let's kind of take some of that load off of his plate. So they're making him the Raw general manager, just Raw. And then they announce a SmackDown general manager. And that is no other than the greatest NWA World Champion of the last 25 years, Mr. Nick Aldis. I'm pumped for this one. Yes, I would love to see Nick Aldis wrestle, but for him to be in the greatest company at the moment, or in the big time per se. Getting paid, getting to continue his career in some sort of way. I'm for it. I'm pumped. So this was a great announcement, and Nick Aldis is great in whatever he does. Anyways, how did everyone feel about that?
This I didn't really particularly care for,
Yeah,
just because of the fact that I don't know. I feel like the whole GM thing is just kind of a tired system. I think he fits. No, I won't lie. I'll say some positive things. I think he fits the role, perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what he wants to do with the rest of his career, more power to him. I prefer to see him wrestle. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with NWA and stuff like that, so I didn't really see a lot of those matches and things like that. I saw his time in TNA or Impact Wrestling.
Magnus.
As Max, whatever it was.
Yep.
And so I was never really the biggest fan of his, regardless. But yeah, I think I would prefer to see him wrestle. But yeah, I think for me this opens up a lot more questions and answers. I mean, are we going to see more of a traditional brand split between Raw and SmackDown now that we have two general managers on Raw and SmackDown? And are we going to see them sort of honor the rosters more and not have so many people jumping shows every week?
Right.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions.
And that's kind of the question that you brought up in our private chat. And I was saying this. I was like, that's probably the reason why Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso have those tag team titles, because they can bounce from show to show.
Right.
And those are the people that they want on those shows, because the stories on both shows, they intertwine with all of it. They kind of center and revolve around pretty much both the shows and that nucleus of the shows. So that's good positioning for those titles.
And as I said, and see now that's something that I can appreciate, because at least they are doing that in a way where it makes sense, because their storylines intertwine across both brands. And so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's obvious. So 2 + 2 = 4. So it's I get that. It's just for anybody else that does not have a storyline with someone on another brand or whatever. It's for me. It's like I would like for them to just explain better why this person who's normally on SmackDown on Raw, or why Raw shows on SmackDown,
right?
Not just have them appear randomly. So.
Scalz, there was more to that announcement. Kick us off with that.
With the trade?
Yeah.
So they finalized the trade finally from when Jey Uso went to Raw from SmackDown. And we got Kevin Owens going to SmackDown in place of him. And I thought this was probably perfect, because now it gives Roman another challenger for the title.
Yes. Or it could also, Kevin Owens is one of those guys that can easily, go back and forth between mid-card, upper mid-card, and main event, just like that, and it doesn't hurt him one bit. Also, it also helps Sammy with some variety of what he could do on Raw, because Sammy's going to be over no matter what. Kevin Owens is going to be over no matter what. And, their tag team has kind of ran its course, and it could also play more into both of their characters, them being separated. So I think it's going to be a freshness for both of those guys.
So now do we see Sammy get a big push as a singles run on Raw?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe even another challenger for Gunther.
It's all going to be Seth, depending on what happens between Drew and Seth. Because I think
Drew McIntyre wins.
I think they're pulling the trigger.
They better. They've let that guy down so many times.
He has not got his victory in front of the fans, and what better place to do it than in Saudi Arabia, in front of a huge crowd that would go nuts for him.
Drew, you guys
didn't mention the best moment in this segment.
Oh, when Aldis pretty much said, "I'm a big fan of yours, Dom Mysterio,
No,
of your dad's, of your daddy's."
no, no. Bigger than that. Bigger than that. When Triple H said, "This is my first time here in the booze," I thought they were pumped in like you did.
Yeah.
Calling out the IWC, making fun of the IWC for saying all the noise was pumped in.
Ah. Yeah.
Nothing.
As a member of the IWC, I'm offended. Triple H offended me. But no, it was a very good segment. And
Allison says she's here for Drew and Seth. Love this. I would be okay with Seth losing to Drew. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think
it is. Drew is my current favorite and has been for a long time. He's been a favorite of mine for a very long time. So I've been waiting for this for a long time for Drew to have his moment, and I think it's time. Yes, I'm fanboying over here. I want Ronaldo and Messi in a cage match in Saudi. I'm not even gonna touch that comment. Anyways.
Yeah, that's not happening.
We had a tag team match. Cody Rhodes, who I like to refer to as Team Yeet. Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
I'm actually liking that tag team. Grayson
Waller, not Grayson Waller.
So what's crazy is like I'm not so much really crazy about, and who knows, maybe it'll get better, but I'm not so much really crazy about who they're pretty much giving these guys to face right now in a tag team, because it's just kind of like they're just kind of just throwing bodies at them right now. But I do like them as a tag team though. I think they're an exciting tag team for what it is. Yeah. And right now they're hilarious. Like Cody and Jay, like their chemistry, they're just great. So obviously I don't mind them being a tag team. Normally I would probably shit all over this. Having two singles guys be tag team champions, I would normally hate this, but I don't mind this. Obviously, particularly because WWE hasn't really, they really haven't seemed like they've really cared for the tag team division in a while. It seems like. So if they're just holding the titles right now as storyline enhancers for Cody's story and Jay's story individually, and then we're going to get another suitable actual tag team to hold those titles later down the road, I wouldn't mind that. So for the time being, they're not a bad tag team.
Right.
And then what we had after that match, the meeting between Roman and Cody, that face-off.
Electric.
That was
electric.
And then you had all this getting between them.
What a still.
That was just perfect. That image was just, what a visual.
I popped hard for that, especially like Aldis facing Cody and looking at Cody, because those two guys
have history.
Yes. They fought at, All In, the first All In for the NWA world title. They pretty much started the revolution, those two guys. Forget the Young Bucks, forget Kenny. Those guys are probably some of the most integral parts of it, but that match at that first All In show.
So you want to talk about cinema? I heard that word getting thrown around a lot within the IWC. Yeah. But if you want to talk about cinema, that was cinema right there. Yes. Just that shot right there between Aldis, Cody, and Roman. What a still right there.
WWE was on their game today.
They were on their game. That was amazing. And I think this is the first time we got Cody and Roman face to face since what? The night after WrestleMania, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that right there. Just look at that.
Perfect.
Of course, you got Paul Heyman,
and then you have Heyman
slithering around.
Okay, so let's talk about Heyman now that you brought him up. This man over the last 4 weeks has been losing his hair. His hair's going gray. He's going crazy. And
Because he can't control Jimmy Uso.
Could be.
Sorry,
I mean, Jimmy is out of control. So.
did you see what changed on him this week?
He seemed more relaxed.
And his hair was dyed. He was back to the regular Paul Heyman. You saw the stress off his shoulders, the weight off his shoulders.
His tribal chief is here to take the weight off of him. It was great.
See, I didn't even catch that. Like,
yeah. Well. What was next? What was after this?
What was after this?
LA Knight and Solo.
Yeah, it was the main event. LA Knight versus Solo.
Yeah.
I mean, for what this match was, they got a little bit of a time. They did go, I think, probably about 12 to 14 minutes. It was great. You got Knight in the main event. You got him facing off against the Bloodline. You're building that story there. You had Jimmy come out to try and get involved, and then Cena came out and gave him an attitude adjustment. And LA Knight was able to get the victory with the BFT. What'd you think of what happened after the match?
Him getting speared by Roman, I was pumped. Like I said, this is the biggest match outside of the potential Cody rematch that we could be looking at by WrestleMania time. So like I said, what I just said earlier about what I think LA Knight's missing in terms of just his matches, this, like I said, is going to push him to the next level, and this will be his biggest test to date. If he's really ready, this is what's going to make him into the diamond that we all know that he can be by facing the man right now in Roman Reigns.
I just hope Roman's back on our TV every week leading up until Crown Jewel at least. And after that as well.
I think so. I think he will be.
Maybe bi-weekly.
Anything else we want to...
Bi-weekly. I don't think he'll be on there every single week, but I don't think he'll take another extended break. This is the longest break he's going to take until.
I mean, it's only 3 weeks away, so
right.
There's only 3 more Smackdowns. What's he going to do? Appear on one? If he shows up next week, he's going to be on the week after because they got to tape the one right before Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's how they do it.
So he probably won't show up next week. He'll probably show up on the 27th. And then they'll tape it.
Yeah.
And then he'll be on those 2 episodes. So we should get him twice before Crown Jewel. And then we have to see what happens after that because I don't know if he's being advertised for Survivor Series. You don't know what they're doing for Survivor Series yet. Is it going to be War Games? Are they doing brand versus brand? Are they doing all 3 brands in one? They need to discuss this because we need to know as fans.
By God, we need to know.
I mean, I kind of hope it's War Games, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest.
War Games.
I'm really hoping that it's not brand versus brand because that's so 2006. So let's move on with that. I don't want to brand versus brand.
See,
it'd be cool to have like Team Bloodline versus Team Cody if they're going to do the traditional 5-on-5, that's great, but just don't have it brand versus brand because
if they do brand versus brand, they need to do what I've been saying for the last few years. They need to put the winner of the 5 versus 5 match gets to pick the 5 spots they want to enter in the Rumble. And then the losing team, that brand, starts out 1 through 5.
Nope.
And that brand has the hardest challenge in the Rumble. That's the way I think you make it mean something.
So,
would that pique your interest more?
I mean, it's definitely an idea to spice it up a bit. I mean, I feel like you could do something, and maybe this is kind of what you're saying too, but they could even do something like that with like the Sole Survivor. Like if like they do the 5-on-5, and they have somebody who's the sole survivor, and they win for their brand if they decide to do brand versus brand, obviously, or somebody who wins for their team, whatever, and he gets to pick which champion he gets to go after. I mean, it would be like a WrestleMania thing, essentially, if like you win the Rumble. But even that would be something interesting. Like they could do so many things and have fun with it, but it would mean more if they just added a little bit more.
Right, they need a stipulation.
Yep. Right, so that would mean something more rather than just brand supremacy, which I mean,
which means nothing.
Right, exactly. So,
yeah. But they should do all 3 brands together.
NXT included, yeah.
Yep.
Also, before we move on to football, just one other thing. Did you see where Charlotte again gets another women's title opportunity?
Yes, but this one makes sense.
It does. I'm not
She had the title won.
Yeah.
Asuka tapped out.
It's just showing that Nick Aldis is doing the Lord's work right now. So, anyways, proceed. Football, baby.
But you're gonna bring up Charlotte and not mention who she had a face-to-face with tonight?
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, baby.
The future of women's wrestling.
I don't know about all that, but
well, if WWE presents her the
whatever
way they want
drugs
to
you
present
took
her, then
tonight,
absolutely.
Whatever drugs you're on tonight, you need to put them away and not take them again.
Hey, I'm
because you're out of control.
I got it
Hey,
from this guy
out.
down in Jacksonville.
Out.
Kind of poofy hair.
Don't be stealing my tweet. I put that out already. I tweeted Mickie James earlier saying she needs to come back and make the WWE women's division the best in the business again. Stealing my thunder over there.
I think that'd be the move.
Masashi Takei. Who the heck is that? I don't know who that is, Will. You're speaking gibberish over there, sir.
Watching GCW.
If you have been, good call then.
Mickie James back booking the women's division? I don't see why not.
I think that'd be great.
So, the NFL picks. How'd you guys do last week?
Terrible.
Probably terrible.
So, Cam, you weren't the worst last week.
That's shocking.
And you went 8-5 and you weren't the worst. The man sitting to your left right now on
What's
my
up, babe?
Was the worst of last week.
I had the feeling. Yeah.
You went 7-6.
Woo! Let's go. Bowl eligible still. Bowl eligible.
This man had a 5-win lead.
I know.
Over us last week.
What's it, like 4 now?
Guess who is no longer in the lead?
Scalz ran away with it, huh?
I went 11-2.
How?
And we're tied.
Ah, okay.
The only 2 losses I have were the Bills and the Texans. I picked every other winner against the guys you chose. If you don't believe me,
strategy.
It was written down and it was up there on the video. Because I put it all out there beforehand. Wanted to make you guys know this so you didn't think I cheated.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Fuck off.
So it's a whole new ball game, fellas. Now let's get this week's games. Quick. No opinions on them. Just straight winners. How are we starting? What game?
Jags and Saints. Give me the Saints.
What? The Jags don't play the Saints? What are you looking at?
Oh, week 7. Never mind. Let's look at
They
week
play the
6.
Colts.
Okay. Ravens and Titans. Give me the Ravens. The Titans suck. Sorry, Al.
I'm taking the Ravens as well.
Yeah, give me the Ravens. Sorry, Al.
All righty. Next, we have Panthers and Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
I got to go with the Dolphins.
Do it, Tom, baby.
Saints and Texans. I think Texans get back on track. Give me Texans.
I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints.
Okay. Next one.
The Washington Commanders versus the Falcons. Give me the Washington football team.
Cam?
Give me the commies.
I'm going to go against you guys. I'm taking the Falcons.
Got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars next. My Coke dealer might be from Jacksonville, but not my picks. Give me the Colts, baby.
Taking the Jags.
Oh, man. Give me the Jags. Yep.
All righty. And then in Cincinnati, we have the Seattle Seabirds versus the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. Joey B is back, but still not my starter on my football league.
Cam?
Give me the Seahawks.
I'm going with you on this one. I'm taking the Seahawks.
And then from Soldier Field in Chicago, get the Vikings taking on the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
This is tough. They're both bad. Jeez. I guess the Vikings.
Give me the Vikings. And then in Cleveland, the Browns take on 49ers. Give me the 49ers. Obvious pick.
Yeah,
Give me the Niners.
I don't think that's a choice.
It's a no-brainer.
And then this is the All Patriot Bowl. Patriots, Raiders. Give me the Raiders.
Wait.
Give me the Raiders.
Did you see the All Patriot Bowl?
Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick,
Oh, okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, I was a little confused on that too. I was like, what?
I was like,
I was gonna let it go, but I was like,
Let it
thinking
go.
like, okay.
all right, who'd you take? Did you take
the
someone
Raiders.
yet or no? You
I haven't
Raiders?
picked yet. Raiders.
Time's up,
Patriots.
old man.
I'm gonna say Raiders, I guess.
I'm taking the Raiders as well.
I think Bill Belichick's time is almost up. Lions, Buccaneers. Give me. Oh man, I'm going with the momentum of the Bucs here. Give me the Buccaneers. I'm gonna regret it, but give me the Bucs.
I'm going with the
Yeah.
Lions.
Yeah, I think you're gonna regret that. I'm taking the Lions. They're hot right now.
The Lions are good. Lions are really good. Next matchup: Arizona Cardinals and Joshua Dobbs versus Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Give me the Rams. Rams have been pretty good.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
And then from MetLife Stadium, the Eagles take on the
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to the other game.
the Eagles take on the New York Jets. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah. I hate to pick them, but I got to go with them.
Yeah, Eagles. That's another no-brainer.
From the winter tundra of Buffalo, the Giants and the Bills. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, give me the Bills.
Yep.
Wait, so you're picking the Bills over the Giants?
I haven't picked the Giants for the last 3 weeks. Where have you been?
I know, I'm just giving you crap. Last game, Monday night.
Did you pick your Jets?
I did not.
Loser.
Because they suck.
Yeah, just like your scores from last week.
Well, they did win. Anyways, Cowboys, Chargers. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, give me the Cowgirls.
Chargers.
You're probably right on that one, Scalz. Cowboys ain't doing so hot.
Probably, because Cowgirls probably going to find some kind of way to screw that up. So
Dak's gonna throw
They're,
like 4
they're in
interceptions.
California. They're not even home.
Well, I mean, they're training camps in like California. I think they're close to home. Well, that's the NFL pick'ems.
I didn't realize there was another 9:30 game this week. The Ravens versus the Titans is 9:30. That's, I don't know. They need to stop doing these games in London. It's too early for football.
Yeah,
freaking 9:30 in the morning. Like,
Also,
they need to get their own sport.
I don't think it was fair how the Jaguars played there 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I mean, you know why?
I don't care. That's given them a clear advantage.
Well, they need
Because-
all the advantages they could get.
I'm just saying it
No,
was a
they
clear advantage for them because they were there for 6 days before their first game. They didn't have to adjust the time, and Buffalo didn't get there till the day before the game.
Yeah.
yeah, that is a problem.
The NFL needs to figure things out because that's not a balanced schedule. Both teams should be on the same playing field when going over there, unless the Jaguars are actually moving there and that's going to be their home thing. Then that's what they use to their advantage. But I don't even think that should happen.
I think if the NFL were to have teams there, it should at least be a 4-team division in Europe.
You're not going to get 4 teams over there. I'm sorry.
I mean, Germany, France, London, maybe Italy. I mean, it could work.
As much as I would like to see all that, I think the only 2 viable would be Germany and London.
How much money would they have to pay off for that kind of stuff, though?
I mean, they have a ton of money over there that we don't even know about. That's another conversation.
But anything else we want to talk about tonight before we sign off?
I think that's it, gentlemen.
Who's playing the Lions?
Hold on to your loved ones. Tell them that you love them. And all in peace. And
So,
love.
where can we find you, Jamie?
You could find me at Jamie Rose X on my platforms. You could find me The Rare Cut, presented by Downstate Wrestling, Thursdays at 2 on YouTube. And then you could find me here with your boys Friday Night Review after Smackdown, Off Top Media, partnered with Rivet City Radio.
Cam?
Well, my TikTok pages are in the chat, as you can see. But you can find me here on Off the Top Media every single Friday night on Friday Night Review. You can find me on Rivet City Radio every single Wednesday night with The Boom and on Sunday nights with The Table Spot. I am also on Twitter at Cam and Cheese 317. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
So, I am Scalz. Before I do my sign off, just want to announce our next shows that are coming up. We have tomorrow night at 10 p.m. right here on Off the Top. You're going to have Ringside Chatter with me, Shadow, and Dusty. On Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. on Rivet City Radio, you have Metalcore Mike along with John for River City Red Zone. Then at 8 p.m., you have the return of Bot Spots and Chair Shots with the Will Gray. And then following that, 10 p.m., you have the Table Spot with Mike, Sean, John, and that fella right there to my right, Mr. Cam G. And then Monday night, Shadow brings all the craziness in. But sorry for the interruption. If you want anything goes show, that's the one to check out. You don't want to miss it. I am Scalz. You can find me here on Twitter and YouTube, as well as TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at @offthetoPmedia_. Hope to see you all there, and we'll see you on our next show. Have a great evening.